Hello everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and today I have this adorable little box for you. It's more like a gift box, but you sure can put treats in these too. It's super cute, and I made it for Mother's Day, but I'm going to use a happy birthday this time and show you can use any sentiment you like on it. But it's really a fun one to do, and we're going to cross our fingers that the boxes fit together because I did like 3 or 4 different takes on it because I could not get the right measurements. I don't know what the deal was. Usually I'm pretty good at that, but this time it was a little tricky, and I think it was because I was making it shorter because I wanted some of this to show through, the berry burst here to show through. So this is what I'm sharing. So let's get started. Okay, so for this project you are going to need a piece of berry burst or desired color. I love this new ribbon that we have. It's the crinkled seam binding ribbon, and this is berry burst. That's why I chose this. I also have the emerald envy in this, so it's really pretty. But so you can do any of the colors that they have. And then you're going to need, oh, this piece here is 9 1/16 by 9 1/16. Yes, you need that extra 1/16, which is just the first little tick after the 9. It's the smaller one, so it's between the 1/8 and the 9. So I'll show it to you on my scoreboard when, or the score, my trimmer, when I go ahead and score it. It does have to have that for this box to fit properly. That's why I was telling you that it was a little challenging to get the top and the bottom to fit properly for this size box. Alright, so then the top is 8.5 by 8.5, and it's Whisper White, and I am using the thick. The thick works so good for these boxes. And then you're going to need a piece of window sheet that is 2 by 2. From that Mother's Day, the Happy Mother's Day I used is from A Mother's Flair. I love this stamp set. You've seen me use this before if you follow me. And then today I'm going to use the Happy Birthday, and it's from this You're Inspiring. Isn't this beautiful? I haven't done a card with it yet. I'm planning on doing one soon and using my blends. I love this, and I'm a huge daffodil and tulip person, and so that is the reason I got this stamp set. It's so pretty, and the writing is real pretty too. And then you're going to need support ribbon framelits, which this is a bundle, but you can buy them separately. And these are the framelits. Wanting to stick together. So it has the ribbon here for the support ribbon, and it's got a heart, and it's got a small support ribbon. It's got this flower and the leaf and a little heart right here. So like I said, this comes in a bundle, and I can't remember the name of the, I think it's called support ribbon, the stamp set. No, here's the Ribbon of Courage. This is the stamp set. I had to reach back behind me to get the stamp set, but that's the one that bundles with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. I am using Berry Burst, like I said, and we're going to get scoring these. So I'll bring the trimmer up here. We're going to go ahead and score the bottom one first. And the scoring is pretty easy. On this bottom piece, we're going to just score it at 3 inches on all 4 sides. This is the easiest way for you to do it. So just score it 3, rotate it a 1/4 of a turn, score it at 3, again at 3, and one more time at 3. And that's it. Now for the top one, this one's a little bit more difficult. It's 2 11/16, which is the mark before the 2 3/4. So it's almost to 2 3/4. It's just that little tick before. So do it at 2 11/16 on all 4 sides. When you're doing a box like this, the 1/16 inch really makes a difference. And then your last one at 2 11/16. And that is it for all our scoring. So the box is really easy. It's just getting the scoring. Alright, so let's do the bottom first. So I'm cutting up here to the first score mark, and then I am cutting in just about maybe 3/4 of an inch or so, maybe an inch. And I do this on a lot of my boxes if you watch, because it prevents from having to do a whole lot scoring. So here is the flap we created doing that. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side. You're going to cut up and just eyeball it. These are inside of the box. They don't really matter. Of course, you want to try to get it as even as you possibly could, but it's not going to mess up the box any if you're off a little bit or you get crooked like I just did. I do try to straighten them when I'm cutting them, but it doesn't really affect the box. Okay, so we have 4 tabs on here that we just created. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just cut in to each one of these. It just makes it cleaner looking. And this is where I like to straighten it up. And we're going to do this on all 4 of these tabs. We're going to do the exact same thing on our other piece, on the Whisper White piece. So that is the basics to that box. Let's go ahead and do the exact same thing on this Whisper White. Like I said, this is the thick. This one we're going to cut a little bit thinner. We're going to cut this one less than a 1/2 inch, because this needs to be thinner to fold behind our little piece we're going to cut out, and I'll show you that in just a minute. I'm cutting these in while I'm doing that. It can make it a little bit easier. You can do it either way. Make sure you cut nice on your lines and stuff too. And then we got one more. Save all these little scraps. You can even use it for your sentiment. So save all these. I always save them, and they come in really handy for little pieces you want to cut out. Alright, so let's go ahead and sharpen our score marks, and we're going to put these together. And we're going to cross our fingers that they fit together perfectly. Like that last one did. I got all my little notes written down and everything, so it should work out. But like I said, I had a time getting these together for some reason. My brain was not working. Alright, so let's get some fast fuse here and add it to all your little... You can use the tear and tape also for this. Just make sure it's a strong double-sided adhesive. And then you're just going to bring up your corners, match them up, make sure they're real square. And then there's the bottom of your box so you can see how large that is. It is 3 by 3 by 3. So it's 3 by 3 by 3. And then we're going to do the top. But before we do the top, we have to run it through the Big Shot with our little flower that we have. So let me get the Big Shot here. I'm using the magnetic platform. This really helps in this situation, holding the little flower in place. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set the flower down. Make sure it is centered. This is where this comes in handy, the magnetic platform. So we're going to do that. We're going to fold one side in, and then we're going to run this through. And I'm going to run it through back and forth like 2 or 3 times because it's a really detailed, and I can use my precision platform, but I really like using this magnetic one for this. And then we have our little flower here, so here it is all cut out. And then let me scoot this out of the way and I'll show you what we're going to do next here. I have my little brush here, and I'm just going to run this over, and it comes out perfectly. In fact, this always gets caught inside there, and I'm just making sure all the pieces are out of here. If there's anything left, you can just poke it out. So there's our little flower. You need to keep that, so set that aside for a minute. And you can just, you don't need the brush, dye brush, but it does help greatly. So then we're going to put on our window sheet here. So I'm just going to put some fast fuse all around the edge here. I'm just going to lay it right over that flower there. And then we're ready to put this together. So let's add our fast fuse or your tear and tape along these little tabs, just like we put the last one together. We're going to line it up. And we have our top right there. Next thing I'm going to do is I am just putting some fast fuse right on the center of this, and I'm going to reposition it over the first thing I want to do, it's easier to do it off, is just peel up your little petals here to give it a kind of a three-dimensional, and then you're going to just reposition it on here. Just line it back up. Just like that. I got some there adhesive right on the front of it. There we go. And look how cute that is. So here's the test to make sure this fits perfectly over this. And you may have to squeeze it a little bit to get it over, but I wanted it to fit tight, and it does. So it fits really good. So if you have problems getting it on, just kind of squeeze the edge a little bit, but it has a good, nice, tight fit. All right, so let's grab our, and that's what I was striving for, but I was struggling, I'm telling you. So now we're going to use our crinkled seam binding here. And we're going to tie a bow. I really love this box. It's so perfect for a small gift. And I think it'd be really cute for Mother's Day, filled with candy or a little necklace or anything like that. All right, let's get this bow tied. This ribbon ties really nicely. It's really beautiful. And I'm going to leave these long because they look really cute longer on this box. I think this one I'll trim just a hair. Just like that. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. So I have my Whisper White here, some Berry Burst, and this time I'm going to just do Happy Birthday. I do love the writing on the Happy Mother's Day. I do love when there's cursive and regular writing, and this is a pretty happy birthday though. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to cut this by hand. And this piece is about, it's about a ½ inch on it. So I'm going to just cut here, and then I'm going to flag the end. I need to grab my little punch here and punch a hole. And then I'm going to use some baker's twine. And this is actually Melon Mambo, but it did look really good with this, so I went ahead and used that. But if you have the coordinating baker's twine, or we even Whisper White. I didn't have my Whisper White handy, so I'm just going to string this underneath the ribbon, and we're going to tie a knot. If you made these smaller, which I don't know how, if you want to make it smaller with, you'd have to use a different framelit, because this one fits perfectly in this 3-inch square. That's why I was trying to get it perfect for this size. But you can make them smaller and use a different framelit, a heart or something like that, and use them as favors. So that's it. See the happy birthday? I mean, you can use any sentiment, but here's the other one, the Happy Mother's Day. But I think they're adorable. I really, really like this one. So if you need any supplies, you can go to my blog at stampingwithamore.com and shop right from my blog as usual. Don't forget, Celebration is still going on. It ends at the end of March. And so don't miss out on the free goodies. I know a lot of people like to get free goodies, and a bonus is always good. So if you need any supplies, you can go to my blog and shop there. Anyway, if you liked the tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. It would help me out greatly. I'd appreciate it. And also, please subscribe to my channel and then hit the notifications button to get notice whenever I upload a new video. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.